Morning, guys. Mike from Pattern Traders. It is March 19th on a Tuesday. I'm going to give you a little bit of a update on BTC, what I'm expecting overall. I'll make it quick. So we are at a SFP on the higher time frame, give or take about a weekly time frame that took place. Okay, clear SFP. On the flip side, we're looking at roughly about 51 to $52,000, and then on the higher time frame, and then on the lower time frame, if you want to zoom in a little bit, this is like the cleanest chart you could look at, right? Like basically, there's nothing in between. There's no there's no identifying whether the level is going to hold or not. It's clear. You break up of an impulse, you come back down, and you want to assume that the FEG will hold. Right, the FEG is sitting at roughly about $56,000 in a weekly. Normally, just keep this in mind, guys. Normally, so not the monthly, it's a 2 week. When you have these multi FEG levels, they get tapped. They get tapped. No matter what happens, they get tapped. So there's no way in God's name that I'm confident that we're going to go straight up before we revisit any of these FEGs on the downside. Okay. The goal right now is to consolidate and go sideways as long as we possibly can without breaking high time frame structure so that altcoins can run. I don't care what BTC does. I just don't want it to move. I want it to stay in a fucking line and go sideways for 2 months. Okay, so now these FEGs, no matter what happens, they get tapped on the higher time frame, and the closest one that we have in the 2 week is in the high 40s. I'm confident we're going to go to $49,000. I just hope that it comes from like a different level, not now, from a different time. I hope it comes after the summertime. Weekly FEG, very important, 56K, and I'll identify why this level is important in a second. Go to your daily. Where are we? On the daily time frame now, let's get rid of the FEGs because you don't need it. On the daily time frame, you have one important level that needs to be identified and understood. This low must hold. This low must hold. Low must hold because this particular low led to the deviation and the trap for longs on all-time highs. Right? So assuming we're not going to get above that's it. This is your local high. We're stuck here and we're going to go sideways for the time being. Now, when you happen to break right under the previous level, which is $69,000, you need to tell yourself that 69K will be the barrier, make or break. So 69 to $70,000, 69 to 70K will be the retest. Now, if we get above that, we go to all-time highs. If we don't, we continue to go sideways. The goal here, guys, is to go sideways, not go up, not go down, go sideways. As long as this low holds, altcoins should move up. Now, why do we stop here? Wednesday low. Let's go to Wednesday. Beautiful. We took Wednesday high. I'll show you guys. Go on the, I don't know, 21 hour. I like playing the 21 hour, guys. Don't ask questions. I do. So the Wednesday high got taken, right? See this little wick? Boom. Took Wednesday high, came back down. Now we just basically took Wednesday low, previous Wednesday low, but still it's valid. More likely than not, this is a good area to have a low time frame reversal. And where are we going to target? Again, $69,000-$70,000. The most important level that we need to see that we get above is going to be which one? $69,000 and $70,000. Unfortunately, I'm going to keep saying it 100 times. That's the only level that kind of matters right now. This block over here, let's make this red, must reclaim. We need to get above that. So once you break down and you actually have these little, how many wicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wicks in this particular block, you need to get above that. Absolutely. So until we get above that, this is going to keep trending to the downside. This must hold. This must get reclaimed. So whatever happens in between is good for us because the altcoins will go up. Okay, this is all I'm watching right now. That's it. There's nothing else that I'm looking at. As long as we stay sideways, I'm content and I'm happy. And on the flip side, you're looking at the oscillators. They all look good to me. I'm not concerned one bit at all. We're at a bounce. We are at a bounce zone. We are potentially okay. This does not look good. This PT does not look good, right, at all. This does. This does. This looks like it's about to put in a head. If you go to the daily, which is a more logical level to look at, the daily is at a potential bounce zone. Now, can it go a little bit lower to 62 or to 59 or $60,000? Sure, as long as this particular low holds. When we lose this low, you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna get a massive flush to the downside because there's no support here, guys. It's pure air. This is gonna be a waterfall, like a straight waterfall down. And I'm pretty exposed to the market. I have a lot of altcoins that I have not taken profit from. I'm going to end up getting another minus 30 or 40% if we lose this low. So this is all I'm watching right now. There's nothing really much for me to update other than, guys, we're in a range between $59,000 and $69,000. We need to go sideways. In the event that we lose $59,000, we're going to go to $52,000. There's nothing else that I can show you guys about this particular screen. Now go to a different, go to levels. Okay, quarterly high, it's about to close. 2 more weeks, give or take, almost. April 1st, this quarter will be the high. At that point, I am going to expect it to be a magnet to be able to sweep your previous quarterly high. Keep in mind, this market moves quarter to quarter. So at the moment right now, if you look at it, let's get rid of this 0.5 area. We don't need it right now. Your range that you're looking at on a higher time frame is going to be 51, 52K all the way up to where? The high, $73,000. This is going to be the low, that's going to be the high. Anything in between on the higher time frame is fair play. But keep in mind, on the lower time frame, once you lose this particular low and you kind of like fill this imbalance, altcoins will take another shit. So we want to make sure that this particular low holds, and we do something like this. You go back up, you retest your 70,000 or pretty much over here, and then at that point you have your high, you have your lower high. Altcoins can run tremendously in this range, come back down, consolidate, and if we do happen to get another dump at that point, you could do something like this. I don't care at that point because altcoins will be a lot further up than where they are today if we get this particular move back up and create a lower high, right? So this whole thing could take roughly about 3-4 months to fall in place. We can consolidate here until summertime, guys. Don't forget, this is a higher time frame. So right now, all I'm looking for on the lower time frame, a lower high to be put in place. Go to your like a 12-hour. I want this lower high to be put in place. Let's go retest $69,000, $70,000. That's your deviation. Let's retest this up here, consolidate, and if we do happen to come back, consolidate, boom, we want to go back down to retest this area, do it. Doesn't matter to me as long as altcoins move. Look at the flip side here now. We are at April 1st, assuming we are at April 1st today. Say assuming today is April 1st, a new quarter opened up. What did we do in the past 2 quarters? We trended up. We trended up. More likely than not, come April 1st, we're not going to trend up, guys. We're going to go sideways. So if April 1st we dump into sideways so that the altcoins could go further up, may be it. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Even if this is your high. Even if that's your high and this is your low, right? Your midpoint will be somewhere around here, right? If 51,000 is your midpoint, I don't care if we do this. Where's my little chart? I don't care if we do this, guys. It doesn't matter to me if we do this. Cool. All of Q2 and Q3, and then Q4 we blast off. That's perfectly fine to me. Again, guys, don't be so honed in about, oh, I got to buy BTC dip. This is not financial advice, but the money is in altcoins. When BTC goes sideways, we make money off altcoins. Let this shitcoin BTC consolidate for the next 2 quarters as long as the altcoins move, guys. And needless to say, I'm very confident we will go back down to $48,000, $49,000, and $50,000. Those 3 levels will get tapped. I just hope it comes later, sometime during the summertime and not now. I can't afford another 30-40% dump on altcoins today. I just got hit the last week with a 40% dump. I don't need that right now. I want the altcoins to make higher highs, then boom, hit me with a 30-40% dump. I don't care about that point. I'll tell you why. Let me delete this real quick. Some of these altcoins, for example, like look at DOT, right? I know a lot of people are in DOT, but just hear me out for a second. DOT finally took liquidity. I was holding until this particular level got taken, and we finally took it. So a lot of people are saying, oh, this is going to be a deviation. This is liquidity grab. Sure, it is. Yeah, whatever. But to me, this is going to be a retest, guys. This is going to be a legit higher low on the higher time frame. All you have to simply do is grab your Fibonacci level and see. Well, I don't have anything open right now because I don't really use the Fib levels, but just to make it easier for people to visualize. Where's the golden pocket? The golden pocket's going to be roughly about $6. But if you're in a bull market and you actually have a bull trend, you shouldn't break under the 0.5, and the 0.5 is at 8. Now, take it a step further. Get rid of the Fibonacci. Go to 2-week. What do you see here on the 2-week? Grab your box, identify the previous flip. Let's make this gray. Okay, where's the flip, guys? How many times has this flip, right? It held us down over here. You retested it here. It held us down over here. Now, if we do happen to do this, this is a retest of the breakout. This is a clear buy signal for me. And I will buy more dot here. And what am I targeting? Up here. 17 to $16, guys. This is not done for me. You could even go on the monthly. What does a monthly look like to you, right? A monthly level. We didn't break out on the monthly yet. So if you're doing strictly monthly to monthly plays, you have one level here, you have another level here. So anything in between here is fair play. So I'm not waiting for all-time highs, guys. I'm not into this. I'm not gonna wait until we get to all-time highs. I'm trying to make a quick buck over here. So if we do happen to do something like this, like we did with the wick up, come back down, and boom, who's better than you? Who's better than me? Nobody, man. This is your buy opportunity right here. This is what I want you guys to see with these altcoins, right? Like now we're officially going to retest a lot of these levels that we broke above. To me, this is healthy. This is healthy. Now, wait, if we happen to get a scenario where BTC goes down to 40,000 from to 49,000 from here, this level won't hold. This is going to probably do something along the lines of this. When you go back up, you come back down, you go back up, you do this, and you come back down here. So I'm going to make this red so you guys can see the difference. Now, we all want gray to play out. But in the event that BTC does collapse from here and goes down to the 40s, this is in play right now. And if that is in play, then you want to assume that the higher low will be right here, that $5 mark. Anything between 5 and 6 will be merit at that point. You know what I'm saying? So the bearish scenario is the red line, the bullish scenario is the gray line. Pick and choose. I'm going with the gray because I don't think that we're going to break below this monthly piece. So that's just basically one of the shit coins that I'm holding. There's a lot. I'm pretty exposed, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Adam too. Adam didn't do anything. Adam didn't even break out yet. You know, yeah, we broke above the trend line, right? Which we did, which is great. We broke above the trend line. We retested the trend line here. We consolidated and we went up. What did it do? It didn't even break structure. To me personally, it did not break structure. Even if you don't zoom out and you go to lower time frame, go to the weekly for God's sake. You didn't break structure at all. Zero. There's your structure. Right? Local structure got broken? Yes. Local structure got broken here. Local structure. Here we go. Local. Boom. We're above it. Now we're retesting it. We're retesting it. Everything to me with the altcoins looks like a retest. So to me, this is a buy the dip opportunity. I don't know how else to express it. Everything looks beautiful and it's strictly to buy the dip opportunity. Now, the minute you see, let's get rid of all this. The minute you see Atom, for example, close a weekly time frame above this particular level, which is the monthly, what's the target? Obviously, it's going to be up here. I'm not going to be greedy and target $25, $26, but if you go to the 2 week, you'll be able to tell that $20 is coming no matter what happens. Where's the $20 mark? Down here. You want to assume that this particular box, which led to the previous all-time high, right? Not really all-time high, but it led to the failed sweep of S&P, almost all-time highs. It kind of deviated as well. With the wick, that's going to be your target. So close above this, you're targeting up here. Another one that didn't move at all. Where's CRV, the biggest shitcoin of all? Look at this, right? Look at this CRV. Broke trend line to the downside. All we're doing now is just retesting it. Again, to me, buy an opportunity. So, but let me just keep this. Fairly simple. I haven't made any new buys at all except for Wild. I bought Wild yesterday. I bought this shitcoin over here. Otherwise, for the most part, I'm just writing things down right now, and I'm gonna end up buying once I see clear validation of BTC. I want to see BTC create a structure low time frame pivot on the oscillators. So even with CRV, guys, at the end of the day, it didn't do nothing. If you go on the higher time frame, like the monthly, for example, what did it do? Just a big wick. We didn't break any structure. To me, it hasn't. Local has been broken, but until we get above that 1.38, I'm not getting excited. And again, targeting is going to be roughly about $2. So a lot of these altcoins are doing this. So I think potentially we shouldn't be worried about, hey, what are we doing? Are we scared? Are we going to go back down to shambles? No. And the reason why I bought Wild, guys, is because it broke monthly. Like I told you guys, I look for the monthly, I look for the weekly, the 2 week, the 3 week. Broke monthly for me, and I'm going to just strictly assume that this should hold. Any wicks to this blue line is valid, and what's my target? It's going to be up here, guys. 1.23. Now, if I want to be greedy, yes, you want to target the flip, which is going to be this, the deviation, the 2.5. But 1.3 for me is good enough. That's why I added to my bags, because the new bags over here are going to be an extra 1.5. You know, I don't know, maybe 1.6% to the top side. 150, 160% to the top side, give or take. Um, that's all I have to say, guys. And Ethereum, to me, I think Ethereum has the potential of going all the way down to freaking 29s, and I hope it doesn't. But I hope it doesn't. But you can't you can't assume that it doesn't reach that $2,900 level. You know, it's a valid level. 29s to me are valid, guys. 29s are valid. If we go to 29, it's gonna be a buy opportunity. Right now, if you look at it, this is your flip, which is 30,000. I'm sorry, 30 $3,049. But at the end of the day, you know that price is not going to just tap this and move. You're going to put a wick to the below it, so roughly about like 2,900. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, guys, cheers. I know it's a long video. I try to be as quick as possible, so I was blabbling a lot. But at the end of the day, guys, trade safe. I think BTC is in for a decent move to the downside overall. You just need to assume that if the longer we go sideways, the better it's going to be for all of us. And we hope that we could potentially have a legit alt season where, not a meme alt season, a real alt season, guys. Not these fucking sold shit going like 100x at a time. Just play it quarter to quarter. See what happens April 1st. Okay, guys? Cheers. I'll put this in Discord so you guys can see it.